We've all seen the grand corporate declarations, statements aiming to empower humanity or redefine the future. In practice, these high-minded concepts rarely survive contact with an actual marketing campaign. Instead, they end up on an about page, a digital graveyard where abstract concepts remain stranded while the company focuses on features and pricing. A mission statement is more than a PR accessory. It is the core operational fuel for every piece of content you create, say, and sell. Today, we are extracting your mission from that about page and engineering it into a practical, high-converting content protocol. Pause the video now. Retrieve your company's current vision statement and open a blank document. You will need both to complete the following steps. In a crowded market, a brand's survival depends on its ability to bridge the gap between idealized vision and the literal daily experience of the customer. Step 1 focuses on analogies. We use them to strip away mechanical product descriptions and reveal the underlying human benefit. Look at your product. Write down one metaphor that shifts the focus from what the product is to how the product feels during use. This illustrates the logic using Airbnb. On the left is the vague mission: create a world where anyone can belong anywhere. On the right, this translates into a practical message centered on belonging. This shift converts the utility of lodging into a feeling. Elevating a service to an emotional state changes how the consumer categorizes the brand, clearly distinguishing it from standard competitors. Review your metaphor. Does it move the reader toward an emotional outcome? If you are still describing physical features, refine it until the psychological pivot is clear. Brand alchemy requires the deliberate act of changing a disposable commodity into a psychological necessity. Next, we embed that metaphor into an archetype-inspired brand identity. Avoid overthinking the deep psychology here. Simply give your brand a distinct character, a specific, recognizable voice to speak from. On your document, write down the persona your brand will adopt. Are you an encouraging coach, a technical expert, or a rebellious innovator? Read your drafted messaging aloud. If it sounds like a generic corporation instead of the character you just defined, it will not resonate. A successful archetype makes your messaging recognizable to your audience, even when the logo is removed. Step 3 addresses a common failure: allowing customer promises to remain abstract like the original mission. Select one core value from your mission statement. Write down exactly how that value manifests as a physical transaction for your customer. Zappos uses this translation to drive operations. Their core value is deliver wow. They operationalize wow through 24/7 support, effortless returns, and surprise upgrades. These specific actions prove the value. The idea is no longer abstract. It is a reliable experience. If your promise cannot be physically executed through a click, a call, or a specific policy, it is not yet a promise. Rewrite it until it becomes completely tangible. Abstract values only impact the market when they are delivered as measurable customer experiences. With the architecture finished, we move to the deployment phase: channel mapping. Apply your refined metaphors and promises to these 4 touchpoints: visuals, emails, product pages, and social media posts. Draft one specific update for each. Instead of trying to sound profound, focus on weaving these concrete promises mechanically into your existing sales funnels. Look at your document. You have transitioned from holding a static statement to owning a functional messaging protocol that is ready to be published. By embedding this framework across your channels today, your brand moves past abstract ideals and begins operating with a clear, coordinated identity that your audience recognizes in every interaction.